And then, plus, very important, 5,000 Rand that you need to have for your trading account. Now, as I said, this 5,000 Rand for your trading account, you can either take from your own bank account if you have this cash. And if I remember correctly earlier, if I referred to my 5 questions, question number 3, you said you had 40,000 Rand in your savings account. So there's no obligation for you to take a CTI loan for the trading money, but you can add it if you like. It's up to you. Now, I did say that I want you to pick the best option.
That's right, yes.
So can I explain to you what I want you to pick from?
Sure.
You ready?
I'm ready, thank you.
And it's just practical advice I'm trying to give you here.
All right.
If you're sitting with a lot of money, by all means, give me cash, EFT, check, do the 20,780 like that.
Okay.
That's your choice. However, very important, I'm going to write down the word here, however, lots of my clients actually go for the CTI loan. Can I tell you why?
Please do.
CTI will give you this loan. They will pay us all the money up front, and you can pay it back to them over 36 months. If you take CTI, the monthly repayment for that is 1,461 Rand a month. Okay, that does not include the 249 Rand. But here comes the important part.
Okay.
If you have 20,780 lying around, my question to you is, do you want to give me all the cash you have to pay for the course and then have no money to trade with? Or do you think you might be better off if you take your cash and put it in your trading account so that you can start trading?
Well, I think the option of putting the cash into a trading account is a better option.
Okay. So is the CTI loan then better for you?
Considering the way you explained it, yeah. Then,
Okay.
Let's do that.
So then it's really simple. I've got my enrollment form here. The first thing I'm going to need from you is, what is your full names as it appear in your ID book?
All right, that's Wesley.
Yeah, is that it?
That's it.
And your surname?
That's Robert, sir.
Okay. Now, before I'm going to continue with the enrollment form, let me get the CTI paperwork, and I'm going to complete that. I'm going to send an SMS so that we can get approval on your deal. And before I forget, the most important thing is bloody welcome on board, man. As a new client of mine. Okay. Let me stop. Do you want to first make comments and ask me questions, or do you want me to explain what I did? Any questions or comments? Yes, no?
Bayport.
Yeah?
So what happened with my client today was he was about to sign a Bayport, but then I got an SMS from Vimpy saying that we must try and qualify him on the CTI as well.
Okay. Before I don't want to do that part on the recording right now. I just want to finish with how do I close the price. Okay. And maybe off the recording I can talk to you about.
Can I ask something on that?
Are you asking me a question about the closing?
You saw here that he doesn't have a credit card and he doesn't have any savings.
Yes.
So you know the only option is CTI. Do you not then only give him the option of CTI, or do you still give the options of...
Okay. She's... Belinda made an important... I'm going to get carried away. But I love it. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to give you the long answer back. Yesterday, I know some of you missed it because we had so many people here. Yesterday I explained to people why I asked each of these questions with the 5 questions. And when we discuss this kind of stuff, one of the people said, so why do you ask question number 3? So one of the things that happened yesterday, and I'll just read the presentation quickly, and then I'll tell you what was a very important observation one of the people from the West Rand, a guy by the name of Lucky, made. So let me just quickly go into that role play with Wesley. I'm going to do question 3. So Wesley, now that I know that you're interested in the stock market because you want to make a lot of money, I want to go through a quick checklist of what you do with your money right now.
All right.
So I'm going to start with a bank. Let me ask you, which bank are you with?
F&B.
F&B.
Yeah.
Do you have a savings account?
Yes.
Okay. Do you save any money there?
Very little.
How much?
Roughly about 2,500 to 3,000 rand.
What's your total that you have?
Total, I'm sitting with roughly about 9,000.
Okay. You have a check account?
Yes.
Okay. Do you make use of a credit card?
Unfortunately not.
Okay. Credit card? No.
No.
All right. 32-day call account just for in case?
No.
Okay. Any policies?
Just funeral. Nothing investment aspect.
No life policy?
No.
No retirement annuity, investment, nothing like that?
No, not at this stage.
Okay. Cool. I'm just going to do that. Any property?
Just the one.
Yeah? The one you live in, or is it investment property?
That's an investment property.
So the property that you live in, does that belong to you as well, or you're
No,
renting it?
Renting
or?
that.
And then you've got this investment property.
Yeah.
Okay. So the only place you're making money right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, is the bank. You don't have anywhere else where you're making money from.
Correct. Yes.
This 9,000 rand in your savings account, what kind of percentage are you getting per annum on your money, interest?
Well, they said to me roughly about 6.25%, but you can round it off to 6%.
Are you sure?
Sure.
So I'm going to write there 6% per annum.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to stop there quickly. So what I explained to people yesterday is I asked question 3 for 2 reasons. The very first reason that I asked this question is to qualify my client on affordability and payment. Affordability and method of payment. Okay? So, I go through the checklist. Do you have a bank account? Do you have a savings account? I've had people who say to me, I've got a 60,000 bucks in my savings account. Now I know they've got money in the savings account to pay for it. With my role play with Wesley right now, from what we've done so far, he doesn't have any policies. He's got some investment property. He doesn't have a credit card. He's got 9 grand in his savings. I know he doesn't have the cash to pay for it. So now the only options open to me is I'm going to pitch him CTI. And if he doesn't qualify for CTI, then we can try Bayport, or we can then try a rental deal. But there are no other options. So that's very critically important, that when I go through question number 3, that I check for affordability and method of payment. The other reason why I ask question 3 is I obviously want to get his percentage per annum, so that on the next page I can take 5,000 rand and I can invest it at whatever percent he thinks he's getting. Everyone there?
Yeah.
Back to this part here. If I did my 5 questions correctly, and I knew that he didn't have a credit card, I would still go through my little rigmarole, because I like to have discipline and tell the person the story and do whatever I need to do. So I'll still go, well, people can do it cash, EFT, check, credit card, CTI loan. I give people all the options up front. What I wanted you to note after that is I said to the guy, and when I spoke about CTI loan, if I can't remember now, you can rewind the recording. I think at that point in time I said to Wesley, well, CTI can loan you 5,000 rand to trade with.
Yes.
Very important. I throw that out up front before I even tell them how much they're going to pay for our product. Yes.
The other thing, I think you outlining all the options to whoever, even if that person doesn't have a credit card, when he goes to the person, remember we work mostly on referrals. When he tells his friend, he will tell you they have these options. Since when you are like this, just look for the cash 20,000, or maybe the person will already give options for you before you can talk to the
that's
person.
true. There's another reason why I give all the options up front. Wesley might not have a credit card, but his wife might have. I've often had it when the person said to me, you know what, I don't have a credit card, I can't do a CTI loan or this or that, whatever, but my wife will pay with her credit card. So
you must leave that option open.
always.
Because, like, for instance, what I do is I say cash, EFT, check, credit card, and then I say, as we've discussed, though you don't have a credit card, So I just cross it out and I leave him with what's the options that are left.
I don't think what you did there is totally wrong, but don't limit your opportunities.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure before we did this training session, you might not even have thought that his girlfriend or his wife or someone would be willing to pay for him. I don't know. Are you married, Wesley?
Not anymore.
Oh, good. So you're happy. Yeah.
Wise man.
People, any of you listening to the recording, if you're still in your first marriage, don't despair. Your second marriage should be happier. Your challenge is just to get out of the first one. Okay, so give the options. Don't limit yourself. You might not know what his wife or his brother or his mother or, I've had the son of 34 say, my father will use his credit card to pay for me and I'll pay him the money back. So give them, believe it or not. So give them all the options. Did you see I gave all the options? When I gave the CTI loan, I did speak about 5,000 Rand for trading account. Okay? Then I say to the person, it's 20,780 Rand. I don't say 20780. I say 20,780 Rand. I put the Rand sign in there. Then immediately I go and say to them, plus. When I say plus and I now move their attention away from 20,780.
And also it's important, like what you're doing, you say to them, you can give me 20,000. You don't say pay or it costs you.
Absolutely.
You say you can give me that amount of money and that's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? It's once again word choice. Because when you say to someone, you've got to pay 20,000, what are they thinking? I've got to take money and I've got to pay. Okay, give us
A present.
also, but it's not as bad as pay. Does that make sense? So very well picked up there, Dean. So I do 20,780. Then I say the word, okay, very important now, plus. And when I make a big fuss about the plus word, and I then say 249 Rand a month, and I put in the Rand sign, as you can see there, for 36 installments. And then I say to the person, and that's part of your course price. With Wesley, he was talking about services and this and that, and I won't go into it. And now the person starts wondering, well, what else do I get and what is it for? You don't want them to be unsure. Okay? And then I said, and then plus, you've got to fund your trading account with 5,000 Rand. What I also didn't like about what Wesley said, and he eventually said, where was his thing? Here I'm looking at Wesley's thing, not at my explanation. So he said it comes to a total of. I didn't like that word choice either. It comes to a total. Go to my page. Here it is. I said, okay, it's 20,780 Rand plus 249 Rand a month by debit order for 36 months. And then I made that arrow here to say it's part of the course fee. And then I went plus 5,000 Rand for the trading account. And then I did something really critically important. If you say to someone, here's the price, do you want it? They can say yes or no. So I'm going to write it down. I'm going to make a note. Because if you say to people, the price is 20,780, and you leave it like Wesley did. He said, how do you want to, and then he sat back. Now they can decide, do I want to deal with a challenge or not? So he places them in a position where they can say, yes, I want to deal with a challenge. No, I don't want to deal with a challenge. That's not cool. Look what I do. I give them a choice. I'm going to tell you what's the choice I give them up front, and then I'm going to explain to them. I give them a choice of yes, I'm going to go for it, or yes, I'm going to go for it. How do I give that choice? Let me do that part of the role play. So, Wesley, the important part for me is I want you to make a choice. You can obviously choose to give me this money by cash, EFT, or check. If you have a lot of money, no problems, up to you.
Right.
But let me tell you what I suggest. A lot of my clients do the CTI loan. Do you know why?
No.